year of his life is in New Jersey. Trust me, he's going to get it way faster than anybody else.
ठीक है सर.
Yeah.
मुजाक-
Yeah, but उनको नई क्लास में डालिएगा ना, so that I can lift it off, lift the whole session from the base. बीच में
अस्सलाम
मत
वालेकुम।
जाएगा।
जी सर, मैं यही सोच रही थी कि उनको इंग्लिश वाली क्लास में शुरू से डालूं,
करने
तो
की
उसको समझ में भी सही आएगा और
Yeah.
उसका इंटरेस्ट डेवलप होगा.
At 17, of course, yeah. It's he's studying right now, right?
Yes, he is in
अस्सलाम वालेकुम।
11th grade, high school, junior.
Sir, how to get baraka in time, sir?
How to get what in time?
बरकत किस तरह टाइम में लिख रहे थे?
हेलो अस्सलाम वालेकुम।
वालेकुम अस्सलाम। एक सेकंड, मुझे ना जरा आप लोगों की आवाज है ना वो ट्यून कर लेने दें, क्योंकि फॉर सम रीजन आई डोंट नो आई एम गेटिंग सो मेनी
सर
साउंड्स.
पहले मेरा सवाल है, मैं काफी दिनों से आपसे बात करने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ, तो वजह हूँ सर।
जी पूछिए.
सर मेरा सवाल आपसे ये है, ये जो सी हमने बात की है, आज ये ठंडी तार है और मैं गर्म तार हूँ, इसकी मुझे और ओरिया में सामने से बात ध्यान में मुझे कुरान मजीद की आयत है।
मुझे इतनी आवाज आ रही है ना कि व्हेन द वीडियो कम्स आउट, तो होता ये है कि वीडियो में ना आप और मैं तो एक दूसरे को अभी बातचीत कर रहे हैं, तो जब ये वीडियो रिलीज होती है ना तो उसमें सिर्फ साउंड की शोर आ रहा होता है, तो इसलिए मुझे ना माइक्रोफोन का कंट्रोल खुद हाथ में रखना पड़ेगा. अदरवाइज आप लोग क्वेश्चन करते ही म्यूट कर दीजिए या फिर मैं म्यूट करता रहूँ. So we're going to start with try and keep your question in English for some जितना भी आप कर सकते हैं. This is for especially this session. These sessions are for teenagers, 18, 17-year-olds, early 20s, who are overseas, who are Muslims, who are amidst the deepest identity crisis. These are the boys and girls who are actually asking the right questions, but they're not getting any answers. Forget wrong answers or right answers. They're not getting any answers. So what they do is they stop asking questions and they start to follow the fascination of their peers, the narrative of the demographic, the people of influence in their own demographic. I'm so amazed, and I'm actually, you know what? I'm embarrassed. I'm ashamed and guilty of the crime that Muslims in America are actually inspired by non-Muslims in America who are actually talking about God, who are talking about way of life, who are talking about the purpose of life, most of all. And I'm not going to name any, of course, there's so many, but the problem that Muslims in America, England, Canada, even Australia, France, Spain, I mean, I'm talking to these people, Scandinavia, so many people from Scandinavia. And I'm talking to those people, and these people are kids. Well, not kids. I'm not going to call them kids. They're grown people. They're 17, 18. They're functioning adults, and they're really doing really well in their own thought building. They're doing the right. They're asking the right question. They're thinking about the right things, and it has nothing to do with the Muslim mainstream thought leaders. The right questions are asked by the non-Muslims. They're not saying it. Sometimes they're saying it, but most of them are not saying it, that they are searching for God. What they say is they're searching for the big answers, the bigger questions, the universe, and the purpose, our own existence, our very presence in this planet, in this time. These are the right questions. What is the actual code through which 7 billion people are going to give this knowledge base to the next generation? These 7 billion people are in the same era. Well, not era, this is the time. There's 7 billion people in this planet right now who are not going to make it in the next 100 years. They're all going to die. Everyone who's on this planet is not going to survive the next 100 years. So the whole planet will be refreshed in the next 100 years. Whatever we have to give to our sons and daughters and grandsons and granddaughters has to be accumulated right now, assembled, sequenced, phrased, paraphrased, because there is some existing knowledge prior to whatever we achieve or gather. And we link it up to whatever we can actually, validate or critically analyze. And then we give it to our kids. And then they grow up and they give it to their kids. And that's the 100-year slice. That's what's going to happen in the next 100 years. Is this a problem? It's a very big problem. I'll tell you what the big problem is. As a Muslim, I know the biggest problem right now is not the non-Muslims who are actually trying to find the right questions and the right answers to the bigger questions. They are doing their job. Someone's going to do it. Someone's got to do it. And thank God someone's doing it. But the problem is that there's not enough, there's a trace of Muslims who are actually asking the right questions. And unless we understand that somebody who's asking the right question loud enough, so that most people can hear it, and those most people are going to resonate with that question because that's the innate gift Allah Azza wa Jal gave us. You need to understand the bigger problem here. The bigger problem is that no Muslim is asking that right question. People of science are asking the right questions. They use terminologies like physics and universe and astronomy and galaxies and interstellar mechanisms. They use words like philosophy and purpose in the same paragraphs. They use words like existence, purpose of existence, the way forward, the future. These are key words installed by birth innately in every single human being, wherever he's going to be born. Now, there's a problem that we need to solve as Muslims. This is a problem as urgent and as critical, as important as it gets for a mother, for a father who is in his late 20s or early 30s, who just has gotten married or just has a couple of babies or infants, who's thinking about what kind of school, what kind of clothes, where's the closest Gap or IKEA. He's just setting up his life, right now. In Norway, in Sweden, Finland, Denmark. These are the Muslims I'm talking to right now, who have young kids, who have well-developed enough a brain to think, and they're very sincere, because that's an innate gift itself, that you have to be sincere. I mean, you just don't have any power against it. You're so sincere with your wives and kids, husbands and kids. And then there's a sudden rush, a tidal wave that takes over as part and parcel of being in this planet of, I have to make an honest living. I got to provide for my kids. Money matters. Where's my next house going to be? What is my wife going to think about me? What kind of provider I am? This is a constant pressure on Muslims and non-Muslims. This is what the planet does to everybody. And during all of this, amidst all of this, the bigger question actually pops up every single day, every single night. Over tea or coffee or dinner, between men and women, boys and girls, over a YouTube video, some other movie, some Netflix series. I don't know where you guys are getting from. Everybody gets it from somewhere. God knows we're not reading books. We go through those questions and we look at our little babies and we feel embarrassed. Any Muslim right now should be embarrassed. What am I giving to my child? Am I going to give him a bigger house than whatever I got or whatever I just made? Bigger basements, more inches on the flat screen TVs, more horsepower on the car, another Tesla, whatever fascination that we got from inheritance. Our fathers failed. We got to admit it. Our mothers failed. These are the fascinations that have seeped in deeper inside our blood. Women are asking their husbands the wrong questions. All they're asking about is, what kind of money are you making, or what kind of provider you are? You know what I'm saying? I'll tell you, in less than 15 years, you're going to be asking the right question inevitably. You cannot blame your husbands or your kids or your wives. You have to blame yourselves, because you are going to inevitably ask the right questions. When your kids are going to grow up in Norway or Miami or Houston or New York or Switzerland or Canberra or Sydney, you are going to be facing the inevitable truth. You know what that truth is? I'll tell you what that truth is. We're just facing it right now. God knows what we're going to face in 20 years from now, but right now we're being asked the right questions from our kids. What if there is a woman stuck in a man's body? Why is being gay such a wrong thing? If I'm not getting intoxicated, what's wrong with weed? Where is the source of all of these sanctions that you guys keep talking about? I don't feel any kind of connection during my prayer with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I feel connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala while I'm helping the poor. So why should I be focusing on the prayers? Humanism is far more attractive than the definitions of Islam that you just gave me. These are petty questions right now, in retrospect, if you look at it. But those are the inevitable questions that you're going to be facing. We all are facing right now. You need to understand the reality of things. And it's going to be such a big nuclear explosion in your minds, the cognitive dissonance. Because if you're 30 right now, you're 40 right now, or okay, let's just say, even assuming that you are 50 right now, having a teenager who's asking you this question, is your own daughter or son, then it's game over, buddy. It's practically game over for you, because you think of these issues as very, very critical and sensitive. You're really sensitive about this. And the problem has just begun. The problem has just begun. You know what I'm saying? Joe Biden just signed off on probably the most important document of the century 2 days ago. This is one of the many things these people have been doing. And he's just another puppet of the game. Big shots are called somewhere else, and we know that. We know where now. We know who. Trumps and Obamas and Bidens are nobodies. You know what I'm saying? Who influences the Trudeaus of today? Who calls the shots of what is right and what is wrong? How is he so convinced, Mr. Trudeau? How are you so convinced that an 8-year-old or a 9-year-old will be able to, or should be able to, call the shots on what kind of gender he should be or is, and you give him the right to surgery, literally? How are you so convinced? And why is there not enough movement from either of the religions, the churches or the masjids, the synagogues? Why can't there be enough of a wave to wash away these Trudeaus and these Bidens against these petty crimes, which are grave crimes, by the way, but what I'm saying, the bigger problems are somewhere else. These are just symptoms. That's why I'm calling them petty. The problem is that the 30-year-old or 40-year-old mother and father does not have the answer to these questions when a 17-year-old, 16-year-old, or 15-year-old is asking their own parents that, you know what, I am a woman, or I am a man, but I do like men. It's as natural as anything else. And I'm not just talking about LGBT here, okay? I'm not just talking about gays and lesbians. I'm not talking about just gender identity. because these are symptoms of the disease. The real problem was who started the snowball against the very identity any human being should have had, and who was in the way, who could have stopped it, but didn't even move an inch. If anything, those are the real people who helped that snowball get bigger, right? Because it's common sense that if you're not doing anything against injustice, it's common sense, then you are the source of all evil. People who go silent on injustice cause way more damage to justice than the people who are committing injustice. They're more in number. They validate that point of view by just being there as spectators. That's where Islam takes such a, big advantage in philosophy. And unless you are stopping it from your own hand, with your own hand, by your own hands, whenever you see it, as soon as you see it, you're not a Muslim anymore. And this is a problem that mommies and daddies are going to solve in New York, in Washington, in Seattle, in Portland, Vancouver, I live in Anchorage, Los Angeles, El Segundo, Houston, Austin, Auckland, Wellington. I'm talking to you guys right now. We need to ask the right questions, unless somebody else is going to give a hand over that question in such a beautiful package with the wrong answer to them. Same question. I just want you to ask that very question right now. Muslims are so shy in talking about the real things with their own kids, especially desis. They just don't want to talk about the reality. They just want to shy away, literally shy away. Because the last two generations of all Muslims, especially in India, Pakistan, all of these brown people have ruined it for all of us. They just don't want to talk about the truth. And I love these teenagers, they have the guts. You didn't give it to them, America did. That's a Muslim gut. Those are all Muslim guts. Somebody else gave them those guts. Islam was already giving them the guts to ask the right question. Real questions. And we have to start getting the answer. I'm not saying that you guys are scholars, supposed to be scholars. It's too late for you guys. I'm sorry. It's all right. You should have done that. Didn't. You should have done a way better job in reading your own book. You didn't. It's okay. Get the answers from somewhere, wherever. Get the answers. That's your job now. It's our job now. It's my job now. Get the answers before somebody else gets the answer for them. And somebody else is very fast, very quick, very attractive. Not only knows how to give that answer, but to phrase it so attractively, so beautifully. It's poetry. I'm telling you, atheism is poetry right now. It's not what they're talking about. It's the way they're actually presenting it. That's poetry in motion. You got to compete at the real level, Same game, real level of the way they're creating that narrative of describing the bigger problem, They have absolutely no justification of backing their claims up with science. Most scientists are Christians. Well, in the mainstream. They don't say it. Nobody says it. So all of a sudden, atheism has science on its side now, even though it's not. Newton, Sir Isaac Newton himself, put Bible at the center of his table, says, this is the book which actually gets me that energy to look for everything in the universe. The real questions I got from Sir Isaac Newton, I'm quoting directly. My whole philosophy of science came from the book which talks about divinity. The Bible. Ironic, isn't it? Physics is the finest tool of atheism right now. And atheism is a far, far bigger problem than just LGBT and gays and lesbianism. That we're in Desistan all the time. You think, what, sex is the biggest problem right now. No, it's not. It was never the biggest problem. Gender identity, no, it's not the biggest problem. It is a problem, big problem, not the biggest problem. You let them go into it. I don't want you to let them go into it, but even if they do go into it, they're going to write it out and expire with, this fascination has a very small curve. They're not telling you this. I'm telling you, all kids right now, whoever is, being cool, being gay, being cool, being a lesbian, ask them. Ask them, do you have anything other than what's your fascination in your pocket right now? I'll tell you what he's going to answer. Yes, I have. I have one extra thing other than that regular average Joe. You know what that is? Ask him. He'll tell you. They're carrying an HIV kit. They have to be tested every 3 months. They're supposed to be tested every month. It's expensive, Every guy who's acting cool, being gay, ask him in America. Hell, even in Pakistan, I know that. They have to be carrying that kit, home kit. Do it yourself, test your own HIV yourself. Most of them have to do it, through professionals in hospitals. They're all carrying that kit right now. They're never going to tell you this. If it's so cool, why are you, carrying an HIV testing kit? With you? What's the deal with that, man? The deal is that science is against this. Nature is against this. And you're using both of these words as your backup argument, actually the main arguments. If science is with you, then why is it not helping you not get HIV? Why is it helping you to recover from it or, test it? Science still cannot recover the HIV virus. You know that, right? They'll tell you that. You don't have to ask them. Just Google it up. You cannot Google this up, right? That every gay has to be carrying that HIV kit in his pocket. You cannot find this in Google. You're only going to find it out once you're inside the door. Do you know of any other cult, any other group? I purposely call it a cult. Any other group that carries this sort of a recovery plan before even going into the club? This is a problem. Let's call it a problem. This is not a solution to anything. So they're not cool. I'm sorry. That's not cool. I know what cool is. This is not cool. Then I'm going to be your friend, buddy. I'm going to be part of your club, buddy. Where's my HIV testing kit? I'm always going to be afraid of dying through the worst possible disease. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm going to play this game. Now, nobody wants to say that. And I'm just getting started here. I told you, this is not the biggest problem. The biggest problem, once your identity shatters, just like the way they've actually let us go through that problem, our previous generations. They didn't ground us properly as Muslims. Is that, we're not going to be able to identify ourselves with our own selves. We don't even know what the hell are we doing here. What is our job? There's a job of a Muslim. Islam is a verb. It's a job. You got to do that job. You have to finish the job. Like any other job, you got to finish the job, not just start it. You got to do it really well, like any other job. As soon as you find that protocol of Islam, you'll find out that, what? I was stuck thinking about gays and lesbians. I was stuck thinking about gender identity. I was using these words You're going to be ashamed of yourselves. I swear to you. You're going to be laughing, best case scenario, crying, worst case scenario. 10 years from now, it's got a half-life. Every fascination has a half-life. Islam does not have a half-life. It's a permanent job. It's not going to be finished unless you die with it. And even then, it's not finished. They come and get you inside the grave. Literally. These angels are busy, testing us, checking up on us every single second. Checking up on us. You doing your job? That's Muslim identity. Are you doing your job? Humanism is like an iota compared to what this job is. This is a job, a permanent job. No off days. Absolutely no off days. No off minutes. No happy hours. No, sorry. You are going to be content. I swear to God, you'll be content, fulfilled. But no off days. That's the job. That's the job. Yeah, and you need to apply for this job. You really need to apply. You got to have a resume for this job. That's how demanding this is. This is the kind of league you want to play at. You want to play? Okay, let's play. You don't want to play? It's all right. Stop calling yourself Muslims. You're not Beyonce's or Rihanna's or Usher's or Pitts and Cruises. You're not just getting a cross and call yourself a Christian. This is not how Islam works. This is not a tag. I'm sorry. It's not a hashtag. Okay. No lip service here. Gotta perform, especially when you're alone. Gotta keep performing when you're alone. And when you're in a group, my God, the matrix is infinity, literally. That's the kind of responsibility. Can you think? Yeah, of course you can think. The basis of thought is going to come from the book. Is there a course of action? Of course there's a course. Are you kidding me? Course of action? Models over models over models. Frameworks. Strategies. The times of war, times of peace, demographically, geographically, separate, written, when? 1400 years ago. Yes, literally. Literally. Relevant? Yes. Till date, of course. Till the day of judgment. Anybody, of course, for anybody. Girls, yes. Boys, of course. Even better. The definitions of being an adult. Real definitions. When? 13. Really? Yes. You're an adult when you're 13. Even sooner, if you're lucky. I mean, have you never thought about this? That who called the shots in this 18th year of your age? Where did it come from? What happens at 18? Nothing, literally. No science. There is no science behind this. And there's a reason why I'm talking about this. You're an adult because of some certain indicators, right? Brain and your body. Yeah. Because if I'm 18 and that's when I'm going to be an adult and I will be able to perform certain things, duty of a citizen, then at 17, there should be a visible difference between me 17 and me 18. Yeah, but the science has no answers to this one because this is not a scientific point of view. Somebody just came up with it in Sweden long time ago. In France, even longer. So, okay, is there an instrument we can measure? Of course, your own body is the instrument. Okay, so then what? Yeah, your body's going to tell you when you're going to turn into an adult, visibly and invisibly. Your brain and your own body is going to tell you you're turning into an adult. Then what's the point? The point is job starts when you turn into an adult. That's how tough this job is. Your knowledge has to be spick and span, shining. Since when? Since when you were 13. Same test when you were 93 and you were 13. Same test, literally. Same questions. Big problem. Skills, well, they take time. When should I start? Maybe before when you were adult. What kind of attributes? Finest possible attributes. No Nietzsche, no Hume, no Descartes. No. They didn't get it. Read them. Read them. You'll find out. They didn't finish the list. The list was written 1400 years ago. Same list. They didn't finish it. They didn't read the book. We have the book. Same list. Of course, we have way more parameters. Okay, so we got requirement of knowledge. Yeah. Skill. Yeah. Attributes. Yeah. Which means we need to function literally just like any other human being has to function. Yeah, literally. Of course, way better. Way better. The whole world is going to see the light coming out of you. Literally, the whole world is going to see, men and women, old folks, little kids. They're going to see that light. They're going to start revolving around you. These philosophers give 1% of the list, and everybody started revolving around them. By just writing about the list, they didn't even have the attributes. They just thought about the list. You have a manual that is going to perfect that list of attributes inside your own personality. It's going to perfect it. And you know the best part is? The best part is that, not these 7 billion people. I don't care about them. Many billions which are going to come are going to be revolving around you. And you know what the best part is? The best part is that's against the very purpose of these attributes. And that's what Islam is. Because you're not going to be doing it for these billions of people. You're just going to be doing this for one God only. Just one. That's all. That's it. That's it. These 700 billion people, till the day of judgment, are going to be talking about you, walking the walk, talking your words, your character, your attributes. You're going to be trying to mimic them, imitate them, replicate them, improve on them if they can. Why? Because you didn't want it for them. Of course, you wanted it for them, but you didn't do it so that they can actually praise you and write about you, talk about you. You only need this guy on your right. You're going to be seeing it on my left because this is a video. This is the guy who's going to write about this. That's it. He's going to send it up, literally. Hell, you don't even need this guy because we know the God that we know. The God that we know, he doesn't require any angels. He knows. And that's it. That's the game. Is it against the very philosophy of the fascination that you're chasing right now? I swear to God it is. Because right now, all of you kids, right now, girls and boys, trying to chase that like and that follower, that subscriber, right now, you're chasing that. You think whatever is right has to have an appeal in this planet. Yeah, it seems like that. But it doesn't. You don't do it for the appeal. That's very shallow. Think about it. For 10 minutes, you'll find out. You hate those people who are doing it for the likes. You yourself hate them. But I'm not going to go deep into that category of thought right now. I just want you to think about the manual, the right answers to the bigger questions. Hell, I haven't even gotten to the list right now. I'm telling you, it would take 10 hours, maybe more. Me talking constantly about the purpose of, the whole universe and me and the connection between this whole universe and me. Forget billions of people right now. These are just words. No, not just words. I'm telling you, there's an application to this thought as well. Once you realize the connection between this universe and me, you'll find out the job. You'll literally find out the job. So think about it. Just think about it. Spend a couple of years thinking about it. I don't care. You have the time. Think about it. 15, think about it till you're 17. Think about it. Just don't stop thinking about it. You want to do something about it or not? Well, we'll talk about this later. But you're not going to think about it? Oh, that's a problem. Because you are thinking about something, that Oscar, that Grammy, that Emmy, or whatnot. I don't know what's going on. You are thinking about something, and that's a petty fascination. We all know that. Trying to please people, trying to get people to like you, follow you, subscribe to you. Yeah, you're still playing the same game. See, the game is the same. I'm just changing the rules here. And I'm not changing the rules. The book is. I'm just talking about the rules and describing them to you. You know, the best part is, it's not the best part, it's the worst part. It seems like the best part is that whatever I'm talking about right now, only people who are less than 30 are getting it right now. People who are more than 40 can't even, run the math on what I'm talking about right now. And they're supposed to be knowledgeable people. They're the ones teaching you. And you know exactly what I'm talking about. Especially in your early 20s, mid 20s, girls, boys, in Sydney, in Chicago, in Toronto, Oslo. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Your mommies don't know what I'm talking about. They're the one trying to teach you Islam. I swear to you, this is a problem. I'm inside your house right now. I'm on your screen right now. Your own mother and your father put me on your screen right now. And they're not getting a word I'm saying right now. You are. I'm getting through to you right now, and I know that. Look at the irony. So where do I draw the curve? I'm telling you right now, I'm going to draw the curve right now. Right over your age group, right now. Hope. Hope. That's all I have right now. And that's all I can have. I mean, I'm so poor. I was left out to be poor. You open any book, any book which is worth reading, you'll find out that, you know what? If you're 30 and reading it, you're too late. If you are 30-year-old, 35-year-old, and you're reading a real book of philosophy, which is worth reading, first chapter, second chapter at best, first thing that hits you is depression. You know why? You're too late. That's the first feeling any book's going to give you, which is worth reading, about the purpose of existence. That's why I hope from you guys and girls. You're my only hope. And I know why you're repulsed by this word Islam. I know why you're repulsed. It's all right. You got to admit it. You have to admit it. It's all right. That's the first right step. Can't play these plastic petty games of acting it out anymore. No, this is real stuff. This is the real deal. Can't pretend. I'm sorry. You're going to go deeper in depression if you start pretending. You're going to go farther from your own mother and father if you start pretending. I tried that. I swear to God I did. Many years. Deep down, I think somewhere I still haven't forgiven them. I should. It's not their fault. I mean, it is, but they tried their best. There's no question about their sincerity. They just didn't read when they were 17. You should not commit the same mistake. I'm telling you this right now. You want to go have fun, make a lot of friends, you do that. It's all right. Talk about the real things now. Think about the real things. I'm not stopping anything. You want to go, binging more dramas and I don't know whatnot on Netflix or iFlix or whatever you guys got going on. And I don't know what's going to come up tomorrow. I don't know. I don't care about this kind of stuff. You're wearing a tank top right now, listening to this. I don't care. It's okay. These things don't matter. They should. They don't anymore. We've ruined it so deeply that these are actually, non-issues. These are non-issues. I swear to God, now they're non-issues. And I know why you're repulsed by, coming into the game of Islam, because most people are just talking about these things. And you can't come out of your tank tops and, your the kind of clothes that you wear, the kind of friends that you have. I know most of your friends don't even talk about your friends with your own folks, because some of them are Muslims and gays, or non-Muslims, or you know addicts, or whatever they have going on. You can't talk about that because your mother is not going to let you hang out. I know they're forcing some sort of identity on you. You just don't like it because you don't get it. I get that. I've been there. I swear to you, I've been there. So what I need you to do is something very simple, very easy to do. Is that whenever you're alone in your own bed, especially when you're about to sleep, way before that, just when you're alone, just start thinking about the real things. Just thinking about what I just told you to ask your own selves. So if they had the right answers, all of these guys, Muslims and non-Muslims, if they had the right answers, then why the hell are they depressed? No exceptions. If they had the right answers, why didn't they make it? You know what I'm saying? They're giving us the wrong definition of success. I'll tell you this right now. Your own mother and father who's going to play this video for you, he's going to tell you to forget about it. I swear to you. He's going to tell you to forget about it. He's like, yeah, you know what? It's a good thing to hear. It's food for thought. Religious speaker hai, sun liya karo. And I'm done playing this game. I swear to you. I'm done. I've traveled all across the globe. God knows how many countries and how many cities. Spoken to these two generations, which is over close to 50. And we're just about to enter the 20s. I see the biggest difference in IQs any two generations I've ever experienced in the history of mankind. YouTube did it to you, or I don't know what did it to you. It did it. Now it's done. So let's use it. Let's use it. If you're an Arab or a non-Arab, if you're a Desi or a non-Desi, you're born in England or you migrated to England when you were in school, doesn't really matter now. What matters is you have the guts, you have the time, and you have a global exposure through the internet. These three things are going to combine, and you're going to be the first person to make that change. For who? 7 billion people to come, not the ones that are right now, the ones that are going to come. You are that girl, you are that boy. You're way more superior. You're equipped with the sense to analyze. You can tell which is boring, which is not. You're slow or fast. You're swift, naturally swift. But I'm telling you this right now, you are on the clock. Don't take time for granted. You're on the clock. You're not going to, the fastest 10 years that any human being can spend is in his 20s. The fastest 10 years. It's going to seem like 2 years. And the slowest 10 years, the slowest possible, most dreadful 10 years is when your own kids turn 20. Because that's when reality hits you. So I have hope from you because you have all of these three factors. You are the superhuman Muslims, super Muslims. You are the X-Men and women. I'm telling you this right now, literally. You want to watch movies all day? I don't care. You want to play football or whatever you guys play in whatever countries you are right now? I don't care. I just want your brains to start thinking about the real questions, the real things. Talk about them with your friends. If they don't want to talk about it, it's okay. Start asking the real questions from your own self. It's tough. I swear to you, it's tough. You might be crying a lot, laughing less. And that's the right step. That means you're going the right way. It's going to take a long. It's a long journey. It's going to be very painful. It is going to be very painful. But you know what the best part is? You better get that pain in right now, sooner than later, because if you get this kind of pain when you're 50, then you know what? You should be ashamed of yourself. You should be ashamed. You will be. You will be, without me saying this. You will be ashamed of yourself. If you're crying these tears when you're 50, you have better shed these tears when you're 20. This kind of pain, these kind of cramps in your mind should be when you're in your 20s, not in your 50s. And I'll admit it, I swear to you, I'm guilty of the same crime. I should be ashamed of myself. Now, I'm not in my 50s, not by far, but still, I should be ashamed of myself. Should have done all of whatever I'm doing right now 20 years ago. Okay, 15. I wasted a decade and a half, maybe 2. I didn't talk to the right people of age. I didn't talk to you sooner. I had hope. I fell for the same trap you are falling for. I relied on the old folks, thinking, assuming they know what they're talking about. Find out they didn't. Little League. In America, you know what Little League is. Muslims, old age Muslims, they're playing the Little League of Islam, of humanity, of philosophy, of skill, of attributes, of knowledge. They are the Little League players. They're still competing, right, with each other, running for that victory and chasing that fascination of that trophy or that award or that title. They're doing that. Little League. In America, you know what Little League is. For kids, right? People who are not in America should know that. That's for kids. Low standards. Same game, low standards. Same uniforms, low standards. No skill. No competence. Little League. Happy. Oh, super happy. Little League. Arrogant. Oh my God, yes. Little League. Showing each other off. Little League. That's what they're doing right now. And if you are qualified, and you can get qualified to know how little this league is, you're on the right track. Because you have to be over that Little League to know what Little League is. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, you're smaller than that Little League player, wherever that kid is. So stop chasing that dream that they're pumping inside your minds, pushing inside your heads. Stop. It's all right. Stop. It's okay. You can do that. Stop it. You are going to get your Teslas and your big basements and your big TVs. You're going to get that. Don't worry about it. What you're not going to get is a ticket out of that Little League. They're going to make you a permanent member of the league that they play in. I'm telling you this right now. And since everyone's going to be playing it, you're going to be thinking, oh, you know what? This is the real league. No, it's not. It's not. I'm telling you this right now. You'll find it out. Don't take my words for it. You'll find it out yourself. You'll look at their into their eyes. They're going to walk into the room. First minute they're going to walk into the room, you're going to find a tiny little god of their own walking with them. Spot that little god of theirs. Spot it. You'll see it. Spend 2 minutes with them. You'll see it. You just have to be looking for it. Either it'll be chasing a smile or acknowledgement or entitlement, showing that little nod that, yeah, you know what? You're very respectable, sir. Oh, no, you're a man of knowledge, sir. That's the tiny little God that he's chasing. I'm telling you. Only Islam is going to get you those eyes. You're going to be able to spot those tiny little gods surrounding these, apparently big people of knowledge and skill and whatever they're known for. Look for it. Look for them. You're going to find many gods walking with every man and woman. You know what the bigger problem is? That hurts me the most? You're going to find way more number of gods with Muslims. Way more than non-Muslims. That's what hurts me the most. Those gods would be all dressed up, you know. I swear to you. Looking fine. Because of the fact that these freaks are arrogant, you know. They label Islam to whatever they're doing, wherever they are. They tag it under the banner of Islam. And you know what? Put hashtag Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala around these 10 little gods that they're carrying. Now, I'm going through a lot of problems. I'll tell you this right now, because I'm in the wrong place. The right time, wrong place. You guys are not. A lot of people on my own telling me, you know what, go back. I don't know if I am or not. I don't know. I don't know. But you guys are not. You are in the right place. I'm telling you this right now. You're in the right age. At the right place. Use it. Use it. I swear to you, use it. I beg of you. Use that geography that's gifted to you. Yeah, we have YouTube in Pakistan. We have internet and Netflix and everything. We have something else going on here. You don't have that. Don't worry. You have no idea what kind of problems a Muslim is going to face in Pakistan. Oh my God. Oh my God. Did not know that. It's okay. Different tests, different people. I get that. I chose it for my own self. I'm gonna deal with, God does not let his own soldiers bleed out, alone. Don't worry. I'm good here. What I'm saying is you're better off. You're way more appropriately placed. Take the global challenge now. It's a job. This job is global. Take it. Take it. Otherwise, it will be given to your own kids. I swear to you, they're going to take it. And you're going to be your own mommy and your own daddy in less than 20 years. You're going to be looking at your own kids with a totally different set of problems. And we all know, you don't want to be your own mommy or your own daddy. We know that now. You're 17, 18. We know that. No matter what kind of pride that you feel looking at your old man or your own mother. We know it. You know what? Given any chance, you're not going to be that guy or that woman because of so many problems. It's okay. It's okay to feel like this. So I hope this plea of mine will be taken as a plea. I hope I put enough emotion in here as well as rationale so that you can relate to it and you can experience it the level I want you to experience it at and do something about it. Because if I did not put enough emotion in there, you wouldn't have been able to do anything about it. So let's not dwell over who's right or who's wrong. Let's talk about what you have to do, okay? I hope everybody gets this. Please keep your question in English as much as you can. Okay, अगर अंग्रेजी में नहीं भी पूछ सकते तो कोई बात नहीं, but if you can, please keep your question in English. I only have 20 minutes to get that question in, okay? Let's just go with a girl. We're going to go with Amina. Assalamu alaikum, Amina.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, sir.
Walaikum salam wa rahmatullah.
Sir, सिर्फ session से related, the question should be related to the session that you did
No,
just
no,
now.
no. I
Okay.
was just talking to kids. Yeah.
Okay. Sir, my question is, previously I watched your parenting videos and I learned a lot from them. And I started trying to homeschool my 8-year-old child too. And my question is, when I watched these videos, I wanted to convey a message to my surroundings too. But they asked me, what is the proof? The all the things that you are saying that this is not good for the kids. It's the education system is it's harmful for their brain development. So they were asking me about the research findings. I tried to find out myself, but I was not able to. So how you can help me regarding that?
Could you say that again? What is it that you're trying to find?
Sir, the research about
Of what?
like the
About?
education system, the
Oh,
education system that is
oh.
harmful for the brain development of a child. So I wanted to convince my surrounding, my people surrounding me. I wanted to convey the message. So I was not able to, because the question they asked me back is that, do you have any proof for that? Which researches are you talking about?
Okay, there's so many problems about this. This is a deeper problem, so you cannot just have one article about this. However, tell them that I am the proof. Why would you need more proof than whatever I have just gone through? What's your name? Amina, right? Amina, how old are you?
Sir, I'm Huma. I'm 36 years old.
Okay, it says Amina. Oh, it
Um,
says Ayman.
Yeah, sir, that's my daughter's name.
Oh, I'm sorry. So you're Huma. Huma, how old are
Yes.
you now?
Sir, I'm 36.
36. Where do you live?
I live in Canada,
Where?
in Mississauga, near Toronto.
Okay. So you practically live in Pakistan. So,
Sir, my kids go to an Islamic school, and the Islamic schools here, they just
what
try
school?
to follow in
Tell me
Al
the
Huda
name of school.
Elementary School. Al Huda Elementary School.
Where is it?
Sir, it's in Mississauga.
Okay.
So the thing is that they try to follow the some kind of Pakistan education system. Try to be a little bit more into the writings and homeworks and more into the work, because in the public schools they try to make a child. I mean, if they want to, they should do it. They don't make them crazy doing it. So in the Islamic schools here, they have this myth that no, we should prepare for them earlier in the age, so that they are used to, when they go to high school, they don't have that problem in doing much work. And the kids here in Canada, when they go into the middle school or high school, they have to go to the psychologists, and they have to do their therapies, because they get so much burdenized. They get, I mean, so depressed. So there's so myths that they are following on their own. I try to convince them, because recently my child, she's in grade 3, and they started taking quizzes and tests. And I heard and I learned a lot from your parenting videos, that how it is harmful for brain development of a child. So I did try to convince them, but the question that came back to
Hold
me
on.
is,
Huma. Huma.
yes, sir.
Well, talk to me about your own school. Where did you go to school?
Sir, I raised up in Pakistan, in
Yeah,
Lahore.
where? Lahore. Okay, so you okay. So okay, let me know, just because I need to go into a lot of more details about why the education system is a failure. It's going to devastate the very IQ and development of your own child's brain. It's very evident. It's broad daylight. There's nobody who actually advocates for the education system. They just advocate for the education. Okay, nobody advocates for the education system. So the burden of proof is upon them as to why are you putting this system upon my child? Tell me the benefit for this. And all they're going to give you is, arguments for education. Okay. Now I'm going to dismantle the system. I've done that in so many of my videos. You have to go through those. I cannot do it right now. It's too long. But the primary problem with this current system is that it regiments the human mind into following a certain order of however or whoever put the syllabus in and the curriculum in place. They cannot let you out of the bounds of the kind of scope that they already have defined for the 10, 12 years. And anyone who wants to go out of the scope or even stretch it a little bit horizontally, lesson, or vertically, will be challenged out, literally. Now, take physics, for example. That's too easy. Take mathematics. Have you any idea about physics or mathematics?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so take these two subjects. These are why I did I pick those two subjects, because every school has these two, right? Physics and mathematics. Now, the kind of skill that a school is going to give you in physics is so less than required for that age of a human being. I'm just talking about the timeline here. Okay, in 10 years, he's supposed to be doing whatever your undergrad or even postgrad in 10 years of physics. Now, what they do is they actually split it up into small little portions so that they can stretch every portion for a year so that they can actually take that money for the year, literally. Now, my question to any school who call itself a private school is that why are you following the curriculum, which naturally is too less for the human brain for any subject that you're trying to teach, where you can and anybody can do the same curriculum in less than 2 years. And the kind of time that I'm going to be giving is the same per day, right? So I'm just giving you an argument over timeline. This is an argument of time. You know what? You're wasting my time through this education system. You're wasting my time. I should have been an effective student of physics while I was 15, 16, less than that, 14, effective student, which means the kind of physics that is being taught at undergrad or even postgrad level. Now, a 10th grader or let's just say a kid in high school who just entered, a freshman, or let's just say who is finishing high school, is not ready to practice physics anywhere in any lab in the world. He does not know his way around mathematics to cross the road wherever he lives in. I'm not even talking about humanities and literature. Forget about that. They don't even start in school. So we know this is the argument of time. You're wasting my time, my children's time. So this is a simple argument, which aunties and uncles are going to get, right? Especially Desi aunties are going to get that, because उनको शौक बहुत होता है ना, they love it कि अब 12 साल का बच्चा O level कर गया, oh my god, such a genius. That's what the Desi auntie syndrome is. They're competing for time themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
It's a problem. It's a problem that you got to solve for your kids. I'm not saying that 8-year-old people should be Einsteins of physics. No, what I'm saying is, please don't waste my children's time on stretching out the basic concepts over year and year and year. Well, they could have done all of that in a couple of years. I just started this homeschooling app project, a couple of years ago? Less than that. And I imported that mathematics and physics course into this current ecosystem that Ms. Sadia is teaching. And Ms. Sadia is like, you know what? Let's just put it as a course, because people are going to go through that through your app. It's going to take a couple more years. Why don't you, put that design recipe in the current ecosystem? So I started looking for teachers, right? So I started looking for mathematics teachers and physics, and I gave them that. This is the framework. This is the plan. And I didn't even tell them that, this is going to be a couple of years, maybe 3. So I said, how many hours are you going to give a student of 12-year-old, 13-year-old to get these pillars installed? Mathematics. So I asked him the right question, right? I asked him how many hours does this child require, and you know what? At max, I got 200 hours, 300 hours. That's how regular teachers are looking at it. Now, as soon as I say, oh, you know what? मेरा बच्चा अभी 5th class में उसको मैंने IGCSE की mathematics करानी है. Any teacher is going to be like, oh my God, that's not possible. Same curriculum I give, the same teachers. I just changed the terminology and put an organic spin into it. The same teachers are like, yeah, 200 hours, 300 hours max. You know what that means? 300 hours? It's less than a year. It's less than a year. A 12-year-old can do IGCSE's mathematics in less than a year. And I'm just saying few hours a day, couple of hours, even less, 90 minutes a day. I want to do 4 hours a day, by the way. You know, that's organically okay. Because I'm only teaching him mathematics when he turns 8 till he turns 12. Only mathematics. Well, by the 11th year, we're going to introduce physics. But mathematics, this is the age of mathematics. The brain is asking for it. Think about it. As soon as I said, IGCSE करवानी है अपने बच्चे को, मैंने अभी 13 साल का है. Okay, तो क्यों करवा रहे हैं? अभी तो 13 साल का हो. चलें ये बुक्स करवानी है. Okay, 5 साल दे दें, 6 साल दे दें. Because IGCSE, they're primed into this. They think this is like Allah ne kaha hai. This is a hadith or an ayah. Can you imagine? This is the irony you're playing with. Just because people were sick 100 years ago mentally, and they came up with some sort of a theory. Okay, they come up with some sort of a theory. It's okay. They were good people. They tried to do something. There was no education system before them, so they came up with something. Good job. But they came up with the wrong definitions of the way human mind is supposed to be educated on the system. But at least they did their job, some system, right? Now, our job was to change it. We didn't change it. We perfected it. We perfected their damaging catastrophe. And we call ourselves elite and smart and cool or whatever hashtags you want to, or the status quo, sincere parents. This is a game of ignorance being played by ignorance. And, you know, a tinge of arrogance comes after playing any game better than any other person, right? So this is what elite schools are trying to do. You want to call it an Islamic school or whatever school, or, you know, English school or international school or IB schools or, you know, whatever fancy name you want to give them. They didn't change. Nobody's changing the system.
Because sir, whoever wants to challenge the system, वो बेवकूफ समझा जाता है ना, क्योंकि जो prevalent जो चीजें हैं,
हुमा किसके आगे बेवकूफ?
सर सारी दुनिया के आगे बेवकूफ समझा
तो बस
जाता
ये
है.
प्रॉब्लम आपकी है ना फिर. You are suffering from that virus. You're
Sir,
sincere to those people. Listen, no, I'm not going to let you go on this one. You want your own reputation as a smart woman, and you're compromising the actual development of human beings, which are your kids.
So I won't.
Look at what you're doing. Yeah, well, you got to fight the big fight. I'm sorry. And it's been done by millions of people, by the way. You're not alone. I'm not going to give you that, you know, आसरा दे दूंगे बड़े लोग कर रहे हैं. Why do you need आसरा? मुसलमान औरत हैं आप. You're supposed to be alone in this. You're the follower of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. You started alone.
Sir, I'm trying my best to find out, but the thing is,
you're not trying hard enough. I'm sorry. You gotta put more grunt into this fight. Okay, more power into this fight. How old is your daughter now?
Sir, my elder one, she is 12 years, and my younger one, she is 8 years. So I just
कोई मसले नहीं है. These are not real issues. What people are gonna say, सास ने क्या कह देना, बड़ी बुरी बहू लेके आए. I don't know what your in-laws are gonna say, your own mother is gonna say. You know what? These are not real problems.
सर यही तो बात है. मैं खुद अपने तक नहीं सिर्फ रहना चाहती कि मैं सिर्फ अपनी बच्ची को बचा लूं, अपनी बच्ची को स्कूल से निकाल लूं. मुझे दूसरों को भी बताना है कि ये चीज ठीक नहीं है. यही चीज
तो आप बताएं, मेरे बच्चे बीकन हाउस में पढ़ रहे होते तो you think I would have been able to launch homeschooling app? Charity begins at home, Huma. You gotta be the first man through the wall. पहली गोली आप खाएंगी.
Sir, I am ready for that.
Are you?
Yes, sir.
Don't tell me that. Tell your kids that.
सर अब जस्ट मुझे थोड़ा सा गाइड कर दें कि मैं कैसे जैसे आपने भी शुरू में बताया कि इट इज वेरी हार्ड टू गो थ्रू द रिसर्चेस क्योंकि वो बहुत ज्यादा जो
It's not
है
hard. What I'm saying is, I can't just start, narrating the whole answer. It's going to take, because it's wrong, and so it's a multi-organ failure this education system is going through. I just gave you the the epidermal problem so that regular aunties are going to get it. Because auntie ही तंग करेंगी ना आपको.
सर नहीं मैंने स्कूल के प्रिंसिपल से मैंने मीटिंग ली थी, मैंने उनको बताया, उनको समझाया, बट अगर एक चेंज मुझे सोसाइटी में लेकर आना है, आई हैव टू गिव देम द प्रूफ्स. दैट्स व्हाट आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट.
Then iqra, Huma, iqra, read. You're going to find it. Don't worry.
Sir, I am in the process. That's why I'm asking for just so that I don't wander around all the time. I go in the right direction. Sometimes I feel like,
Oh.
yeah.
You and I are going to have to start sending each other emails now.
Sir, I
Okay.
have emailed you twice before. You previously said that your email was blocked, and I don't know.
Not blocked, clogged.
Clogged. Sorry.
Yeah.
So should I send you again? So if
Yeah,
in
you're
the
going to have to
case-
send me a lot of time. Don't worry. Persistence. Okay. Don't worry. I'm going to get here. But don't be dependent on me. Well, where do you think I came up with reading all of that stuff? How do you think I did? Somebody put it in my plate? I'm not saying that I'm not going to help you. What I'm saying is you should be coming up and improving my research rather than just following whatever I got. You're not a follower. You're a Muslim. Muslims are not followers. They set the trends of knowledge. They don't follow it. Okay?
you're right, sir. Sir, my
Huma,
daughter, she wants.
Huma, listen.
Ji, sir.
I only had 20 minutes for all the people, and you've taken
Okay,
up
sir.
all of the 20 minutes. Let's be
I'm really sorry, sir.
Muslim. No, don't be sorry. It's my fault, not yours. I'm responsible for this. Okay. Good question, though. Otherwise, I wouldn't have taken it, at least not at that depth anyway. Okay. Good question. What's your daughter's name?
My daughter's name is Aima.
Okay. Don't ever forget that. Okay. Your daughter's name is Aima. Nobody else matters. Okay. Don't forget that. Your daughter's name is
Yes.
Aima. G.
Yeah.
Amir Hassan, assalamu alaikum. The last questions. I'm sorry, it's 2 in the morning. I'm not talking about 2 in the morning in Pakistan. I'm talking about the fact that I am in Islamabad right now. G.
So we just talk about many problems here, and like what is the real problem and what is the solution. Like, we just talk about the problems, but we didn't talk about the solution. Like my question was about on Khilafa, and can I talk in Urdu? I'm more
Yeah, of
comfortable.
course. Of course.
Okay, thank you.
मगर
तो-
सवाल छोटा रखना.
ओके, छोटा सा सवाल है लेकिन आपका आंसर बड़ा चाहिए. तो जैसे कि नमाज है, तो नमाज में ये है कि हमें नमाज का तरीका किसने सिखाया? रसूलुल्लाह सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम ने. ठीक है, इसी तरह खिलाफत, जैसे नमाज फ़र्ज़ है, इसी तरह खिलाफत भी फ़र्ज़ है. तो खिलाफत का तरीक़ेकार क्या है, स्टेप बाय स्टेप मेथोडोलॉजी क्या है, वो भी हमें रसूलुल्लाह सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम की सीरत से ही मिलेगा. जैसे कि नमाज में तकबीर तहरीमा, क़याम, रुकू, सुजूद और तशहुद और सलाम, ये सब चीज़ें. इसी तरह से खिलाफत में भी स्टेप बाय स्टेप प्रोसेसेस होंगे ना, कि जिनके थ्रू हमें पता चले कि भाई ये स्टेप है, ये माइलस्टोन है, ये करना है, ये करना है. तो यानी वो स्टेप बाय स्टेप मेथोडोलॉजी है क्या? लाइक मैं वो पूछना चाह
उसी
रहा
को
हूँ.
सीरा कहते हैं ना. That
जी,
step
जी.
by step methodology is called सीरा. So why
हाँ,
you
ये
ask me that? सीरा है ना.
बिल्कुल, बिल्कुल है. मैं ये पूछना चाह रहा हूँ कि एक लेमैन के लिए कि वो
उसको
खिलाफत
कहें
को
सीरा
समझे.
पढ़े और वो वाले स्टेप्स पूरे करे जो नबी इस्लाम के इनफरादी for himself और इज्तिमाई, so that he can start the clusters and get the ball rolling.
ओके.
देखिए अबू बकर और अली, उमर और उस्मान किसको मिलते हैं? मोहम्मद को मिलते हैं सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम. आप मोहम्मद बनेंगे तो आपको मिलेंगे अबू बकर, अली और उमर और उस्मान मिलेंगे आपको. अब्दुल रहमान बिन औफ, साद बिन माज आएगा आपके पास और कहेगा फिक्र ही नहीं करो, मदीना टेक ओवर है. आप
ओके.
मोहम्मद ही नहीं है तो आपको कैसे कोई बंदा मिलेगा? Muslims have to stop finding other people, اور نبی علیہ السلام لوگوں میں ڈھونڈ رہے ہو, خود بنے محمد. یہ ہے مشن اسلام. ہر بندے نے نبی علیہ السلام کی سیرہ پوری کرنی ہے, ورنہ ابو بکر اور عمر نہیں ملنے والے, ورنہ نئی خدیجہ ملنے والی, گھروں میں فاطمہ نہیں نکلنے والی, اور پھر کوئی حسین نہیں آئے گا آپ کے بعد. کوئی نہیں آئے گا آپ کے بعد, بتا دوں. ایوری ون لوکنگ فار اے لیڈر. یہ کون سی کہانی ہے؟ ڈونٹ لک فار اے لیڈر, یو آر دا لیڈر, یو آر بورن مسلم. تو آپ کے پاس اتنی سیرہ پہنچائی گئی جتنی کہ صحابہ کے پاس پہنچائی گئی. کوئی کسر نہیں چھوڑی علماء کرام نے, اللہ ان کے درجات بلند کرے. ایسی محنتیں ہوئی ہوئی ہیں کہ علم آپ تک پہنچ جائے. یہ تو چھوڑیں آج کل کے سوڈو فلاسفرز آف اسلام نے کیا ادھم مچایا نا, خود ہی نہیں محمد بن رہے تو کیوں ان کو کوئی فالو کرے. تو آپ بنے نا, اور انہوں نے نہیں بننا, میں آپ کو بتا دوں, جنہوں نے بننا ہوتا ہے بن چکے ہوتے ہیں. گھروں میں قرآن اور سیرہ کی تفسیر اور لیکچر بھی دے رہے ہوتے ہیں, بن ہی نہیں رہے. کوئی بڑا پروجیکٹ کرتے ہی نہیں, تو اسکل ہی نہیں آتی. جب تک بڑا پروجیکٹ شروع نہیں کرو گے اس کی اسکل لینے کی ضرورت ہی نہیں پڑے گی. بڑا پروجیکٹ, اسلام سے بڑا کوئی پروجیکٹ نہیں ہے. دنیا ٹیک اوور کریں گے آپ. سوری, آپ کیا نام ہے آپ کا؟
عامر حسین.
عامر, آپ کس شہر میں؟ آپ
I'm from Karachi.
You're in Karachi right now?
Yes, and you're
How old are
coming.
you?
I'm 23, and I'm organizing your event in Karachi, the Muslim Identity Tour.
ہو گیا نا مسلم آئیڈینٹی, انہوں نے یہ والی ویڈیو چلا دیں بس, سمپل. یہی ہے. دیکھیں نبی اسلام کے علاوہ مسلم آئیڈینٹی کوئی نہیں. انہوں نے 23 سال میں پوری دنیا مسلمان کر دی. 23 سال میں پوری دنیا. سوچیں ذرا.
Yes.
No, don't ask questions. Think what I'm saying. Think about my words. Think about them. میں نے ایک فلسطین کا پروجیکٹ ابھی شروع کیا ہے پاکستان میں بیٹھ کر, اور مجھے پتہ چل کہ پاکستان چھوڑنا مست ہو گیا. بس اگر فلسطین میں کچھ کر سکتے ہو یہاں سے نکلنا پڑے گا. ایک بھی لا مجھے سپورٹ نہیں کر رہا. ایکچولی میں انلیگل ہو جاؤں گا اگر میں نے پروجیکٹ کک آف کر دیا. ٹورانٹو سے کرنا پڑا.
اسلام کے خلاف ہیں تو کہاں سے کریں گے؟ ایکچولی میں نظام کی بات
تو اسی لیے تو کہہ رہا ہوں نا, 23 سال میں نظام ہی قائم کر دیے. نبی السلام نے نظام قائم کر دیا نا. ان لوگوں نے اپنے بہانے ہیلے رکھ لیے ہیں. اس وقت کے مسلمان علماء نما چیزوں نے, جو اصلی علماء ہے نا, یہ لوگ کہتے ہیں ساحل علماء کے خلاف ہے. میرے سے زیادہ مولویوں کا نام کون لیتا ہے؟ مولانا محمد شفیع نے کتاب لکھی جس میں ڈیموکریسی حرام کی انہوں نے. انہی کے بیٹے تقی عثمانی نے کہا ووٹ ڈالنا ایک امانت ہے. میں تو کہہ رہا ہوں مولانا محمد شفیع کو فالو کریں دیوبندیوں. سوچیں ذرا, میں جن مولویوں کی بات کر رہا ہوں انہیں کے اپنے سیکٹ میں بھی ہیں. میں نے اشرف علی تھانوی صاحب کا جتنا نام لیا دیوبندیوں نے نہیں لیا ہوگا. You need to understand, جو چیز 2 نمبر ہے اس کو جب دیکھیں, unless you're going to ban your bad products, everyone else is going to ban your good products because of the lack of standards that you have. So start banning our bad products. میں آپ کو بتا رہا ہوں, اللہ تعالیٰ علماء کی درجات بلند کرے. سیرہ ہم تک پہنچا دی انہوں نے. They should have done better than that. They should have implemented it. But okay, at least they did that, right? Now it's your job to implement it. Amir Hassan from Karachi, understand, I am not asking you. I am begging you. Stop looking for leaders. You are the leader. If you're not Muhammad, you're not going to get Abu Bakr or Ali or Umar. You're not going to get, you don't deserve them.
So I'm not looking for the leaders, but my question was,
میں نے آپ کو آپ کے سوال کا جواب بتایا. خلافہ لے کے آنی ہے پہلے انٹلیکچوئل سپیریورٹی کے لیے آپ کریڈیبل ہوں گے.
اوکے, بٹ دیکھیں نا,
لوگ خود ہی آئیں گے. لوگ اللہ تعالیٰ وہ والی چیزیں پرووائڈ کرتا ہے آپ کو, پلیٹ فارم بھی اور بندے بھی. آپ اگر ان سٹینڈرڈ پہ گیم ہی نہیں کھیل رہے, اللہ کیوں پرووائڈ کرے؟
بالکل.
سوچیں ذرا, یہ ریما میرا کی فلم ہٹ ہوتی تھی تو کہتے ہیں اللہ نے عزت دی ہے, میری فلم ہٹ ہو گئی ہے. اور ہر بندہ اللہ پہ ہی نام لگاتا ہے. اللہ تعالیٰ کس پہ نام لگا رہا ہے وہ دیکھیے. اللہ تعالیٰ نے کہا ہے مسلم. میں صرف اسلام کی مدد کرتا ہوں. ہر بندہ, ڈانسر بھی, ایکٹر بھی, سنگر بھی, مولوی بھی, پولیٹیشین بھی, اللہ تعالیٰ کی طرف سے ہوگا. اللہ تعالیٰ نے عزت دی, اللہ تعالیٰ نے کر دیا, اللہ تعالیٰ نے کر دیا. اللہ فلمیں ہٹ کراتا ہے آ کے ان کی باکس آفس پہ. یہ گانا ہٹ کراتا ہے برائن ایڈمز کا. سوچیں تو صحیح. اللہ تعالیٰ قرآن پاک میں بتا رہے ہیں کہ اللہ تعالیٰ نے کیا سسٹم بنایا ہے، اس کے تھرو کیا کرنا ہے. اتنی لو لیگ میں کھلواتے ہیں ہم اپنے فیسینیشن آف گاڈ کو. You need to understand the reality of things. The reality of things is simple. Very simple. Rocket science نہیں ہے. نبی علیہ السلام نے کسی اور نبی کی امتی ہوتے نا معجزوں کے محتاج ہوتے. ہمارا اتنا بڑا رتبہ ہے محمدی ہونے کا، امت محمدیہ کا اتنا بڑا رتبہ ہے کہ ہمارا نبی بغیر معجزوں کے پوری دنیا ٹیک اوور کر گئی صلی اللہ علیہ وآلہ وسلم، تاکہ ہم میں سے مردوں کو کوئی بہانہ نہ رہے کہ میرے پہ تو آسمان سے کچھ نہیں آ رہا، کوئی معدہ نیچے اتر آئے میرے لیے بھی، ٹیبل پہ سجاؤں کھانے لوگوں کو کھلاؤں دونوں والوں کو، یہ میری بات مان جائیں، یا میں بھی سمندر پھاڑوں موسیٰ کی طرح تب کہیں جا کے کام ہوگا، یا مردے اٹھاؤں قبرستانوں سے زندہ کروں عیسیٰ کی طرح. نو، ہمارے نبی نے ہماری میٹرکس کو پرفیکٹ کر کے دکھایا کہ یہ لو انسان کر سکتا ہے. معجزے دکھانے ہوتے کر دیتے وہ بھی.
Sir, I'm clear that we can do, but
We should do. Can do نہیں, should do.
yeah, we should do. Yeah, we should
That's
do.
it. Well, then you start. With who?
Okay.
کس سے شروع کریں گے عامر؟
With myself.
Yeah, that's it. کہانی ختم ہو گئی ہے بس. شروع نہیں ہوئی کہانی ختم. That's it.
ٹھیک
پر
ہے.
مشن بڑا رکھنا خدا کا واسطہ ہے. مشن لوکلائز یا اپنے تک نہ رکھ لینا. شروع اپنے سے ہی کرنا ہے. کام گلوبل کرنا ہے. اور بڑی چھلانگیں ماریں. یہاں پہ بیٹھ کے میں فلسطین کی باتیں کیوں کر رہا ہوں؟ سوچیں تو صحیح.
Because we are an ummah. We are ummah.
We are supposed to provide a global footprint to our next generation.
Yeah,
اپنا ہی
and
گھر بنا کے نہ
that's-
مر جانا بس.
and
اپنی
that's
گاڑیاں
possible
خرید کے نہ
to
مر
do
جانا
for
بس.
that.
یہ میں بتا دوں عامر.
Yes.
یاد رکھنا اربوں فرشتے ویٹ کر رہے ہیں کہ بڑے لیگ کا پلیئر کب انٹر ہوگا. جب نکلتی ہے نا جسم سے روح تو فرشتے استقبال کے لیے. سیرت پڑھیے نا آپ کو پتا ہوگا. یہ نہ ہو آپ جاؤں تو کوئی نکلے ہی نہ ہو. سارے کے سارے بزی ہیں. کون آیا؟ عام سے کوئی مخلوق آئی ہے، کوئی کریچر آیا، وہ بھی دھتکارا ہوا ہے. ادھر بھی وہی کانسیپٹس ہیں. سیرت سے صاف سمجھ آ گئی. کانسیپٹس وہی ہیں. وہ بھی سوچنے والے ہیں، پڑھنے والے ہیں. کام کا بندہ آتا ہے تو ریسیو کرنے آتے ہیں. پلے دا ریئل گیم، دا بگر گیم.
Okay. Okay. Sir, can I
آخرت کے جو
rephrase my
میدان ہے نا
question?
ادھر عزت بنانی ہے.
بالکل.
ادھر
Exactly.
کرنے نے مولوی مجھے ذلیل کرے یا پروفیسر بھی کرے. I don't care about these people. مجھے پتا ہے میری عزت کے معیار اصل میں اللہ تعالیٰ کے اس میدان حشر میں ادھر بنانا ہے کہ کروڑوں نہیں اربوں لوگوں کے لیے اس نے انتظام کر کے دیا ہے کہ کوئی اللہ تک پہنچ جائے گا. قانون کے لیے کام کر رہا تھا. قانون. He was a lawman. Muslims are lawmen and women, lawmakers, lawgivers. یہ سب فالوور لوگ ہیں. فالوور اور مسلمان سوری یہ تو نہیں ہو سکتا. مسلمان تو لا گیور ہے. So it's a problem only you can solve, buddy. At 23, you're the only person I have hope.
Okay.
10 years later,
Actually, sir.
میں نے آپ سے بات بھی نہیں کرنی اس بارے میں.
Okay. Actually, sir, میرا question یہ تھا کہ
I mean,
جس
no,
طرح
I know what you. There's so many sub questions to your current question.
No,
Okay,
no,
what I'm
no,
telling
that-
you is
but the real question, میرا جو صحیح والا سوال تھا وہ یہی تھا.
کیا؟
دیکھیں نماز فرض ہے، خلافت بھی فرض ہے. ٹھیک ہے، تو نماز کا طریقہ ہمیں
جب بھی
پتہ ہے.
سوال دیکھیں سے سٹارٹ ہوتا ہے نا پاکستان میں تو اس کا مطلب سوال نہیں ہے، تبصرہ ہے. اسٹریٹ سوال پوچھیں میرے سے.
اوکے، اسٹریٹ سوال. جس طرح نماز فرض ہے اسی طرح خلافت بھی فرض ہے، اور ہمیں نماز کے فرائض تو پتہ ہے اس طرح سے نماز پڑھنے کا طریقہ کار. ٹھیک ہے، اسی طرح خلافت کا بھی طریقہ کار کوئی ہوگا تو میں وہ جاننا چاہ رہا ہوں. میتھڈالوجی
وہی بتایا نا پہلے انٹلیکچوئل فتح. ٹھیک ہے، انٹلیکچوئل فتح نہیں مانتا ڈھیٹ ہے تو پھر فزیکل فتح. سمپل. انٹلیکچوئل فتح سے آپ کو کلسٹرز مل جاتے ہیں نا. آرمی خود ہی بن جاتی ہے آپ کی. لوگ نہیں تنگ کرتے. تنگ کریں گے تو لگاؤ. ایکسپیڈائٹ ماڈل اللہ کے نبی صلی اللہ علیہ وسلم نے ایکسپیڈائٹڈ ماڈل کر کے خلافت دکھا دیا ہمیں. ایکسپیڈائٹڈ 23 سال میں خلافت زیرو سے بغیر اسلام کے اسلام اور خلافت. ہمارے پاس تو اسلام پہلے سے ہے. نبی اسلام نے بغیر اسلام کے کفار کو پہلے مسلمان کیا اور ان پہ خلافت نافذ کر دی. آپ سمجھ نہیں رہے کتنا بڑا واقعہ ہے یہ. اور سمجھیں آپ کو میں کہوں نیا مذہب لے کے آؤ اور اس نئے مذہب کے اندر سب کو ایک نظام کے اندر لے کے آئے, تابع کر لے اپنے, کر کے دکھائیں ذرا آپ کو الگ پتہ جائے کہ میں کیا کہہ رہا ہوں, خالی اس جملے کو سوچیں. اور وہی بدھ مت قسم کا مذہب نہیں, ان سب کے تمام بتوں کو توڑ دینے والا مذہب, ان کے خداؤں کو چیلنج کر دینے والا مذہب, ان کی انٹیگریٹی سے لے کے ان کی ڈگنیٹی تک چھین لینے والا مذہب. یہ مشن نبی علیہ السلام نے پورا کر کے دیا ہے. بغیر اسلام کے پہلے اسلام میں داخل کرو اور پھر اسلام کے بعد نظام میں داخل کر دو. ان 20 years, yes. ہمیں کوئی ایکسکیوز نہیں ہے. We do not have any excuse. یہودیوں سے پوچھیں آج, یو ان کراچی رائٹ ناؤ, گوگل اٹ اپ, یوٹیوب اٹ اپ. میں نے پوچھا ہے نا اس لیے بتا رہا ہوں کہ آپ کیا کس کا ویٹ کر رہے ہیں یار, ہم مسیح کا ویٹ کریں. کیا وہاں تک کیا کریں, وہاں تک بندے اسرائیل میں جمع ہونے ماستے ہیں, کس کا, ایوری جو نیڈس ٹو انٹر دی لینڈ آف اسرائیل. دیٹس رول, یا دیٹس دی گیم. اللہ کی قسم ان کے سیجیز نے, ان کے بابوں نے ایک کہانی ان کو سنائی ہوئی ہے. کہاں لکھا ہوا ہے پوچھو, تلمود میں لکھا ہوا ہے. تورا میں نے لکھا ہوا ہے, نہیں تورات میں لکھا ہوا ہے. آر یو شیور؟ یا لکھا ہوا ہے نویم میں لکھا ہوا ہے. اوکے, تو نویم کو کون مانتا ہے؟ تورات, تورات the 5 books of Moses ہے, اس میں تو نہیں لکھا ہوا. یا اس میں نہیں لکھا ہوا مگر تو ہے, تو وہ تناخ ہے نا, تناخ ہے. اور تناخ تو تیرے انکل نے لکھی ہے بھائی, ہمیں ہی پتا ہے. Jeremiah is not Torah, Ezekiel is not Torah, Talmud is not Torah, Talmud is commentary of the sages, right? یہ ساری کہانی کہاں سے لے کے آئے ہیں وہ, کہ جب تک مسیح نہیں آئے گا تب تک سارے بندے اسرائیل میں آ جائیں گے یہودی, جیسے سارے یہودی اسرائیل میں آ جائیں گے مسیح آ جائے گا. یہ بیسس ہے ان کی. تمام یہودی کس مرضی اسکالر سے پوچھیں, زائنسٹ سے پوچھیں یا آرتھوڈاکس سے پوچھیں, سارے یہودی بات ہی کر رہے ہیں کہ بھائی کس بات کا, اسرائیل میں داخل کرو. ویٹ کر رہے ہیں تب تک ہم کچھ نہیں کریں گے. اور یہ میں نے آپ کو بنی اسرائیل کا بتایا, کرنٹ بنی اسرائیل 2022 دسمبر, بنی اسرائیل فلاسفی رائٹ ناؤ, آئی جسٹ ٹولڈ یو دیٹ. آپ ایک سیکنڈ کے لیے شیشہ لینس جو ہے نا لیئر آگے سے ہٹائیں تو پتہ چلے ہم کیا کر رہے ہیں. پاکستانی مسلمان, عربین مسلمان امام مہدی کا ویٹ کریں, تب تک کیا کریں گے, اپنا تزکیہ کریں. ہم سے تو لاکھ بہتر ہے وہ یہودی, وہ ایٹ لیسٹ اسرائیل میں جمع کر رہا ہے.
تو ہمیں بھی اسٹیٹ بنانی چاہیے نا.
جی
اس لیے میں
اسٹیٹ کچھ نہیں ہوتا. یاد ہے حضرت عمر بن خطاب کس ملک کے سربراہ تھے؟
اسلامک
نام
اسٹیٹ
بتائیں نا,
ملک کے
کیا
نہیں
تھا
تھے نا.
اسٹیٹ, کیا نام تھا اسٹیٹ کا؟ یونائٹڈ عرب ایمریٹس,
نو,
یونائٹڈ مسلم ایمریٹس, کیا تھا وہ؟
نہیں,
یہ اسٹیٹ کا لفظ نکالے اسلام سے, یہ زائنزم ہے. اوکے, کوئی اسٹیٹ نہیں اسلام ہے. پوری دنیا مسلمانوں کا نظام قائم کرنا اپنے, پوری دنیا. کہیں پہ کہیں باؤنڈری کسی نے لگا بھی دی نا ٹیمپرری, خیر ہے باؤنڈری ہٹائیں, پھیلائیں اس کو, آگے کریں. اوکے, اسلام بھی اتنا ہی سفیریکل ہے جتنی پلانٹ ارتھ ہے, ہر طرف سے ہر اینگل سے پکڑنا ہے. اوکے, نو مور اسٹیٹ کا لفظ. یہ مسلمان لڑکا وہ بھی کراچی میں بیٹھ کے اسٹیٹ کا لفظ نہ بولے اگر مسلم آئیڈینٹی میں آنا. نو مور اسٹیٹ کانسیپٹ, globe concept only. Okay, there is no boundary of any line, anywhere that you can draw on the planet and say, ادھر اسلام ادھر نہیں اسلام. ان کا کیا قصور ہے جدھر نہیں اسلام, ادھر نہیں پہنچائیں گے. نبی اسلام نے مکہ میں جب اسلام شروع کیا تھا یا مدینہ میں, تو وہاں مسلمان تھے پہلے سے نہیں. تو پھر آپ باؤنڈری کیوں کھینچ رہے ہیں کہ وہاں پہ اسلام نہیں ہے؟ کیوں نہیں آئے گا ادھر اسلام؟ کامن سینس کی بات بتا رہا ہوں سیرا سے. غور سے سمجھیں اس بات کو کہ کتنا ڈیپر کانسیپٹ ہے سیرا, کتنی بڑی کتاب ہے سیرا کی. اوکے, آئی ہوپ ایوری بڈی از کلیئر آن the simplicity of the concepts. Not going to be able to spend میرا 2 بجے سیشن تھا, 2:15 ہو گئے. So let me just wrap it up. Thank you so much for your questions and your patience. We are going to continue this series for English speaking audience all over the world, inshallah, through a simple argument. Okay. Any English question that you have, please apna haath khada kare. Anybody who has an English question? Farhan? Anyone who is in currently America or England, Canada or Australia, anywhere. آسٹریلیا میں تو دن چڑھ چکا ہوا ہے نا, تو شام ہونے والی ہوگی. Okay. Let me just give you permission to speak for just quick question, quick answers. Only for people who are
Assalamu
in
alaikum,
Australia.
sir. I'm from
Okay.
London. Can I ask a question?
What's your name? I'm sorry, I didn't get your name.
Shaheen Arif.
Ji Shine.
So the question is, I'm going through a broken family disorder, and I've got two children. My daughter is 12, and my son is 8. They're going through a rough patch, and both of them are diagnosed with anxiety. And basically, they both are having therapies at the moment, and I'm also having my therapies. But I understand that these therapies are temporary because obviously it's based on the English concepts. So I am in a bigger problem. I understand because I'm going through a divorce at the moment, and I want my children to be strong and not going to fall again into this disorder again.
Okay, listen, Shaheen, right?
Yeah.
Shaheen, divorce does not cause a broken family disorder. Toxicity
I,
causes it. Okay? Understand the problem. Divorce is a solution not, well, against the broken family disorder. If you delay the divorce, I'm not saying you should get divorced. I do not know any data about you. Okay? What I'm saying is, if there is a highly toxic household and you're not breaking it up and establishing two different houses which do not have the same kind of toxic environments, then you are going to give broken family disorders.
no,
Okay?
sir, I'm separated for the last 2.5 years
Yeah,
already.
well, your kids are way over that age. So what I'm saying
Yeah.
is, so you can still be giving your kids broken family disorders if you are poisoning your own kids through the toxicity that you carry through your words, your behavior, your body language, or अम्मी के अरमान नहीं पूरे हुए या बहुत जुल्म हुआ है उनके ऊपर. You know what I'm saying? Don't give those folk stories to your
Yeah.
kids.
Yeah.
Okay.
Assalamu
And if
alaikum,
your
sir.
ex-husband is going to be doing that, it's okay. You need to recover your kids out of that. Okay. I mean, it's not okay. What I'm saying is, don't start a war strategy. Okay.
Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Yeah.
Assalamu alaikum, sir.
One more question from my England, if that's all right.
Assalamu alaikum.
Okay. Please quickly. आपका नाम क्या है?
I'm Mohammed
If
from Berlin.
Abdullah,
KF. KI. KAF. KIF. No? How do you spell that? I need to write your name on my screen so that I can, keep you unmuted. Mohammed Kaf?
I'm Abdullah speaking.
Okay, Abdullah. Gee, Abdullah, where you from?
Yeah, I'm currently in London, and first of all, thank you for giving me this opportunity. I already booked one session as well. I don't know how long I will take
Takes a month
for
and a
me.
half these days, but don't worry, it's going to take less than 30 days, inshallah.
Yeah, fair enough. That's fine. Thank you. So
Now,
first of all,
now it's going to take less than 30 days. I'm sorry, go on.
Assalamu alaikum,
okay,
sir.
Jazakallah.
Baruch Salam, I talk about it. Let me just talk to Abdullah Sahab. Ji, Abdullah.
Sorry.
Yes.
No, it's okay.
First of all, I wanted to know where this masculinity has evaporated in Islam. Like, we all know that there is always a concept in masculinity in Islam, and I can see we have been purposely pushed to the femininity, and there is nothing to relate in current scenario, nor in an Islamic perspective or in a Dunyavi perspective, anyways. So there is no masculinity to follow. The way you
What
say
do you
the
mean by
alpha.
that? I want to know, how do you think Islam defines masculinity?
Yeah, that's what my question starts from, because when I read
Sir,
Quran
what?
and say, so when it says that a rijal is kawam, but when it comes to the definitions of kawam, and from a Pakistani perspective, kawam is sense of like ruling over a femininity, and whatever you can do. So that's again a toxic masculinity to be presented as Islam. So where I could find the pure masculinity in a form of a biography I can read, or something that
Yeah.
I can
There's a
replicate
person.
right now.
Yeah, do that. Read their biography. It's called Muhammad, peace be upon him, by Martin Lings. Okay, Martin Lings.
Yeah.
Muhammad, peace be upon him.
Martin
Read the
Lings.
biography. It's a biography. The
Yes.
perfect
can I ask a
definition of
question?
masculinity.
सर नो
मैम, आपसे पहले एक भाई साहब ने नाम बताए बगैर क्वेश्चन किया था.
जी
ये आपका नाम क्या है, सर?
सर आई एम मोहित फ्रॉम बर्लिन. I am here as a student since 4.5
I didn't
years.
get the name, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Mohib,
Mohib,
MUHIB.
मैम आपका
Yes,
नाम
sir.
क्या है जिन्होंने अभी पूछा मुझसे?
Anam.
अनम. ओके, लाइन पे आना. जी मोहिब.
जी सर.
Yes,
So
also
sir,
ask a question.
I'm here since 4.5 years. So after
Where?
here, my
Wimbledon.
Berlin, German, Berlin.
Berlin, Germany. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I will try not to make mistake in English because my studies
Doesn't
was
matter.
in Deutsch.
तो उर्दू में
Okay,
पूछ
thank
लेना.
you so much. No, it's
Sir,
fine.
can I
for me.
ask a question?
So my
Yeah,
question
you can
is
after this. Yeah. जी.
the list which you have given to us, to-do list, for example, Sira, Tafsir, and the Arabic language. So I'm already.
No, that's the other.
I
Arabic
have
first.
started.
Arabic first. Okay.
So, but yeah, I'm going to enroll in next month. But at least
No, you don't have to enroll with me.
I
You can enroll
start-
anywhere. But the sequence is
yeah, but
Arabic.
it was my choice. It was my choice. So my question is, sir, for example, I also started doing debates with Christian and also the pro-Americans, like about the system. Like, okay, they have their American-style democracy system, and we
Democracy
are
is not a
also-
system.
Sir, it's a kind of system. You can say, sir.
No,
It's a
it's
kind
not.
of system, sir.
It's not.
Okay.
It's not.
Well, yeah. Okay, but sir, now I
Okay,
want to ask that what I have to do more. I'm just concluding. What
You know,
I have to do more.
Islamic
I know
system
it's
can have
obvious-
democracy. You know what? System is the rules and policies. Democracy has no rules and policies except one that, you know what, we're going to take a vote. Consensus. Well, not consensus, but majority is going to vote for whatever. The rules and policy is going to be. Rules and policies not going to be from majority of people. It's going to come from the being that created the people.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know what I'm
that
saying?
was I
So
was.
democracy is not a
trying-
system.
Yeah.
That's the technique to implement a system.
Yeah.
तो
Only
जितने
like
भी
for
मौलवी
the
साहब ये बोले ना
rich
इस्लाम में भी
peoples.
तो डेमोक्रेसी वो डेमोक्रेसी के थ्रू आया तो बाद में ये हुआ तो उसके अलावा हुकूमत और मलूकियत भी हो सकती है डेमोक्रेसी भी हो सकती है और किंगशिप भी हो सकती है ये आई गेट इट दीस आर द सिस्टम्स
Yes, sir.
सिस्टम इज के रूल अगर अल्लाह के हैं तो इस्लामी और रूल अगर गैर अल्लाह के हैं तो गैर इस्लामी सिस्टम दो ही सिस्टम है बस
सर बस मुझे टू डू लिस्ट दे दें मुझे मतलब इंशाल्लाह ये सब कॉन्सेप्ट में आपसे जो है ना मतलब आपके रिकॉर्डेड वीडियोस देख के मैं कर लूंगा मुझे सिर्फ टू डू लिस्ट दे दें मैं अभी जो है
मैं आपको बस
हो चुकी है तफसीर
मुझे नहीं पता टू डू लिस्ट के डेमोक्रेसी सिस्टम इम्प्लीमेंटेशन के
या सर जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल मैं अभी डिबेट्स कर रहा हूं चर्च में भी मैंने कमेंट में
why are you debating the Christians what do you want to achieve out of this
because sir like for example they have their own field like for example in church I can challenge them like what is their field like I can like sir मैं उनको जैसे उनको चर्च में जाकर तो मैं बाइबल के खिलाफ बात करूंगा ना और जो
नहीं क्यों करेंगे आप आपको क्यों क्रिश्चियन से डिबेट करनी है why do you want to debate the Christians
सर हमें तो अपना कुरान साबित करना है ना
किन के आगे
क्यों ना करें उनके आगे भी करना और मुसलमानों को खिलाफत की भी बात करनी है सर
और नहीं रुके ये क्रिश्चियंस को ये किसने बताया कि हमारी ड्यूटी है जाके क्रिश्चियंस को कुरान साबित करूं
सर ड्यूटी नहीं है ड्यूटी जाहिर सी बात है अगर मैं पाकिस्तान में होता तो मैं जब पाकिस्तान
आऊंगा तो पाकिस्तान में भी क्रिश्चियंस हैं सुने आपने चर्च में जा जाके कुरान की डिबेट नहीं करनी गौर से समझे दुनिया में गैर मुस्लिमों को मुसलमान करना हमारा काम नहीं है वो अल्लाह का काम है अल्लाह ने खुद कहा ये काम तुम नहीं कभी कर सकते कि किसी का मैं दीन बदल दूं मजहब बदल हिदायत दे दूं
ठीक है फिर मैं मतलब कि मुझे आप फिर संडे को मैं और क्या किया करूं सुबह उठ के सीरा पढ़ रहा हूँ और शाम को जब मौका मिल रहा है तो मैं मतलब जब मुझे प्रैक्टिसिंग क्रिश्चियन से मेरा स्टूडेंट एक्टिविस्ट से सामना हो रहा है तो मैं ठीक है मैं ये काम भी कर रहा हूँ साथ ही साथ
اور دوسرا بھی تو
آپ کو
کر ہی رہا
آ
ہوں
کے
نا،
اگر
cluster
اپنے
تو بنا رہا ہوں.
کتاب کی دعوت دیتے ہیں تو آپ ضرور ان سے ڈیبیٹ کریں، مگر آپ زندگی کا مشن یہ نہ بنائے میں نے کرسچن کنورٹ کرنے بیٹھ کے.
Oh no sir, that was not my mission sir. You are not
تو
getting
پھر
my point. That was not
اوکے
my
نو آئی
mission
گیٹ
sir.
اٹ، نو
Come
میں
on.
سمجھ آ گئی مجھے، نو آئی نو کہ وہ آپ
سر
ایز اے پارٹ آف پرپز نہیں کر رہے.
Like okay ہم مطلب ٹرین میں جا رہے ہیں، اگر کوئی اس طرح سے ڈیبیٹ ہو جاتی تو اس میں
نہیں میں آپ کی بات سمجھ رہا ہوں کہ ڈیبیٹ ہو جائے تو ضرور کریں، اتنے تیار بھی ہوں کہ آپ ان کو ان کی کتابیں آپ نے پڑھی ہوئی ہوں، اپنی بھی پہلے اپنی پڑھی ہو نا، قرآن سے پہلے ان سے کتابوں سے پہلے قرآن پڑھاؤ، قرآن کے بعد آپ نے ان کی کتابیں پڑھی ہوں، اور اس کو پھر انٹلیکچولی آپ ان کو اگر وہ آپ کے پاس آ رہا ہے نا پوچھنے اور آپ کے پاس قرآن سے جواب نہ ہوا تو شرم آنی چاہیے ہم سب کو نا. مگر اگر وہ آ ہی نہیں رہا پوچھنے اور آپ جا جائے کہہ رہے ہیں کہ میں تمہیں قرآن پڑھاتا ہوں، ٹھیک ہے، نہیں میں تمہیں بائبل سے ثابت کر کے بتاتا ہوں کہ بائبل کیسے غلط ہے. سو this is it has to be done and مطلب آپ قرآن کو امپلیمنٹ کر کے دکھائیں، سارے کرسچن مسلمان ہو جائیں گے، سارے یہودی بھی ہو جائیں گے، جو نہیں بچے گا وہ ڈھیٹ ہوگا بس. مگر قرآن پاک آپ نے امپلیمنٹ نہیں کیا ہوا اور آپ کہہ رہے ہیں کہ میں اس کو مسلمان کر دوں، تو اللہ بچائے ہم جیسا مسلمان اگر ہم نے کر دیا اس کو تو وہ تو گیا، وہ تو پھر بچ جائے گا، اس نے 40 سال گناہ کیے ہیں، پھر وہ ریسیٹ پہ آ گئے، زیرو پہ آ گئے. ہمارا تو کچھ نہیں ہونا. Our job is not to convert Yahudi into Muslims. Our job is to create the finest establishment, our purpose. کہ وہ یہودی بن کے بھی رہیں اگر اس میں تو ان کو وہ بھی انصاف مل رہا ہو، ہم ان کو پروٹیکٹ کر رہے ہیں. ہمیں پہلے ایک مسلمان عورت نہیں مجھ سے پروٹیکٹ ہو رہی، میں کیا کروں، ایک کرسچن اور کر دوں اپنے، وہ بیچاری ماری جائے. میں I'm not saying کہ کوئی آئے تو دعوت نہ دیں، I'm not saying that. اور I'm saying یہ پرپز نہیں ہے ہمارا کہیں سے، یہ پروٹوکول اسلام میں نہیں سیٹ ہوئی. ٹھیک ہے. سو آپ کا کام ہے مسلمانوں کو اکٹھا کرنا، ان کو انفلوئنس کرنا اور آپس میں فورس کو جوائن کرنا، ہر لڑکے اور لڑکی کی، اور وہ اپنی اسٹرینتھ سے انٹلیکچوئل اسٹرینتھ سے لوگوں کو انسپائر کر رہے ہوں اور فزیکل اسٹرینتھ سے انٹیمیڈیٹ کر رہے ہوں کہ بھائی ہم سے پنگا نہ لیں، ہم سے پنگا، وی کین پروٹیکٹ اینی باڈی ان دی ورلڈ، اینی ون، اینڈ وی ول پروٹیکٹ ایوری ون، کرسچنز اینڈ نان کرسچنز، مسلمز اینڈ نان مسلمز. انم سے بس لاسٹ I know. جی انم.
Sir, how did you hurt story?
Sir, can I ask my question?
Sir, ایک سوال رہ گیا تھا میرا.
تین مردوں سے بات کر لیا، مجھے دو عورتوں سے بات کر لیتے، مجھے مکس کرتا ہوتا میں یہاں مکس نہیں
Sir, may I say
کے بعد میرے بھی کال
میں روز کر رہا ہوں پروگرام، روز کروں گا میں پروگرام انشاءاللہ، فکر نہیں کریں. انم کا نام مجھے پورا نہیں یاد، تو جتنی انم ہے میری گروپ میں اس وقت روم میں، so many انمس. انم اوکے، I think I've lost انم. I'll just pick a random انم. اوکے جی انم.
Sir, مجھے آپ نے کہا تھا.
اللہ اکبر. جی انم.
Sir, my question is that back in the 7th century, all the companions were able to conceptualize and internalize Quran completely without any scientific evidences. But right now we have so many discoveries and so much that backs and gives a logical explanation. But we're still not able to, internalize Quran completely. So what's the gap? Why can't we achieve that level? Although we have so much evidences that backs everything up.
No, well, why do you want us to first internalize the Quran through science and whatever the knowledge that we have? What do you want to achieve out of it?
No, my point is that, we have so much in-depth understanding of it, and it just makes so much sense, and still we are not able to, completely achieve that sort of conceptualization. And how were they able to, and why are we not able to?
No, hold on. First of all, to whatever science that we're actually studying the Quran, it's not going to internalize the whole Quran, right? There's so much that is not in science, but it is in Quran. It is in the Quran of how to put the system in place. Right? That's not going to be found in physics, right? Or biology. Yes? So we have physics and astronomy and, astrophysics and biology, embryology and mathematics, and we can see that in the Quran, and we get that. But listen, here's the thing. You and I are both biased towards certain things because we're primed into it. So we think, since we know so much about the Quran and science, why is the whole world not getting or adhering to the Quran? we're not looking into the reality of what the demands of the Quran are. Not what Quran is, but what the demands of Quran is, the whole set of demands of what Quran entails. That's what the Prophet ﷺ was teaching and training the Sahabis. So he actually trained Sahabas on the Quran. We are being taught the Quran. The demands of Quran have to be trained to our kids, to ourselves, and that's the problem. They didn't just internalize Quran, they lived the Quran. It's a verb, it's a set of actions. You need to understand there is a set of demands that no book implies on its reader than what the Quran does. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's a big problem. It's a good question, but it's a big problem. And that's why I love the Quran. Quran demands. Literally, it calls the reader a hypocrite. Its own reader a hypocrite if you're not fulfilling the demands. Do you see any other book that can do that? Every other book on the planet calls the reader a smart person. If you're reading this book, you're a smart person. I like you because you're my fan. Every book says that. The Quran says if you're just reading this book, you're a hypocrite. You will burn in hell if you're only reading this book and not doing something about it.
Okay.
Just do the math. Look at the Quran. Look at any other book and see. This is the big difference. You want to read any other law book? Okay, let's just read a law book. The Pakistan Penal Code, the Commonwealth, the natural laws, the Magna Carta. Well, it's not written, so I'm just being, it's a pun. Well, Magna Carta is not written, so it's a play on words. You read any book of law, it does not tell you to implement the law. It says follow the law. So even the law books which carry the law don't force that responsibility upon the reader to implement the law. क्या मजहब, क्या दीन, क्या नुस्खा मिल गया हमें अल्लाह की तरफ से? सोचें तो सही, हमें मिल क्या गया है कि किताब पढ़ेंगे, जैसे किताब शुरू करेंगे मुनाफिकून। अब मुनाफिक हैं बेटा अगर आपने अगले सफे में एक्शन शुरू ना किया। पहले सफे पे लिखा हुआ है कि एक्शन नहीं शुरू करोगे यही किताब तुम्हें धुतकारेगी, गवाही ठहराएगी तुम्हारे ऊपर आखिरत वाले दिन कि तुझे तो किताब मिल गई थी। जो कुरान हमें गवाही देके दोज़ख में भिजवाएगा कि तूने तो खुद पढ़ा, मुझे तूने क्यों नहीं कुछ किया। और बैठा क्रिश्चियन दोज़खी हैं तो यहूदी दोज़खी हैं लगा हुआ है। कुरान हमें दोज़ख की तरफ अरसाल करवाएगा कि तुम खाली पढ़ते थे मुझे।
So this is what I'm trying to say, that when the implementation aspect comes in, we are not able to do that. We just sound very condescending whatever we study about Quran, and that's it. There's a full stop at it. That's my question, that why are we not able to implement it the way the companions used to?
Well, because they were trained on the fulfilling the demands. Attributes चाहिए होते ना। कुरान low self esteem का बंदा पूरा ही नहीं कर सकता। कुरान lack of courage का बंदा पूरा ही नहीं कर सकता कुरान पाक को। डरपोक और बुज़दिल बनने के लिए तो कुरान है ही नहीं। सोचो तो सही, खाली 2 बताए हैं और 100 बताओ। तो मसला है, बुज़दिलों को कुरान पकड़ा दिया हमने, डरपोकों को कुरान पकड़ा, हकीमों को बैठे हुए जो अपनी बुज़दिली को हिकमत से साबित कर रहे हैं कुरान पकड़ा दिए। कुरान क्यों इंप्लीमेंट, कैसे होगा इंप्लीमेंट? कुरान इंप्लीमेंट करने के लिए तो सिंपल एक 1 स्टेप स्ट्रेटजी है कि मौत अल्लाह के हाथ में, कोई और नहीं मार सकता, करके दिखाना है। वरना तो मौत से डर जाते हैं लोग, नहीं करते। बाकी के सब डर तो छोड़े ना, मौत आई तो किसी के डर नहीं। बुज़दिल बच्चे हमारे घरों में पैदा हो रहे हैं, बुज़दिल माएँ, बुज़दिल बाप, डरपोक माएँ, हकीम बाप, बच्चे को मरने से बचने के 100 तरीके। किसने कहा है कि आपने खुदकश हमलावर बनना है? मैं आपसे कह रहा हूं मारना अल्लाह ने, खाली नहीं कोई मरा आज तक जिसने भी अल्लाह की मर्जी के बगैर جو مرضی کرتا رہا, اللہ کی مرضی کے بغیر مر گیا. نہیں, ایسا کوئی نہیں ہو رہا. اور نہ ہی کوئی 1000 سال کی لائف ملی ہے ان بزدلوں کو. یہ بھی 50 کے ہی مر رہے ہیں. کون سی ان کے پاس اسٹریٹجی ہے؟ یہ بزدلوں کو یاد ہو نا 2-2 سال زندہ رہتے ہوں, میں کہوں یار چل ٹھیک ہے 50 ایکسٹرا ہی مل گئے ان کو. ان کے بھی بچے 8-9 سال میں لیوکیمیا سے مر جاتے ہیں. ان کی بھی بیویاں مر رہی ہیں, مائیں مر رہی ہیں, باپ مر رہے ہیں. یہ بھی قبرستانوں میں پڑے ہوئے. ہمیں کیوں ڈرا رہے ہیں؟ نہیں وہ سسٹم کی بات کرو گے تو پتہ نہیں کیا ہو جائے گا, گولی مار دیں گے. تو ٹھیک ہے, کب جلدی گولی مار دیں گے؟ میرے وقت سے پہلے گولی آ کے لگ جائے گی مجھے. تمہارے گھر والا قرآن میں یہ لکھا ہوا ہے, ایسے بھی ہو سکتا ہے کہ وقت سے پہلے موت آ جائے گی. ایسی آیت ہے تیرے قرآن میں؟ میرے قرآن میں تو ایسی الٹی آیت لکھی ہوئی ہے کہ تیرے وقت سے پہلے کوئی نہیں تجھے مار سکتا. بزدلوں کی کتاب نہیں ہے نا. صحابہ کو اللہ تعالیٰ کے نبی علیہ السلام نے, اللہ تعالیٰ کے یہاں تکے نہیں ہیں, ایسی قوم پہ نازل ہوا ہے جو کرتے تھے پوری طریقے سے کرتے تھے. ہٹ درمی اور دشمنی کرتے تھے تو پوری کرتے تھے. آدھے تیتر آدھے بٹیروں پہ نہیں آیا قرآن. پہلا ایٹریبیوٹ اللہ تعالیٰ کا, Arabians have done this. اوکے, جو بھی ہیں جیسے بھی ہیں پورے ہیں. اوکے, اب ان کے اوپر قرآن آئے گا. اگر یہ قرآن پہ آ گئی تو یہ پورے قرآن پہ آئیں گے. پڑھیں تو صحیح کتاب. میں آپ کو کیسے بتاؤں؟ ابھی مجھے ایک اسٹوڈنٹ نے کہا آپ کتاب بتاتے ہیں اور پھر کتاب کا نام نہیں بتاتے. اب مجھے وہ کتاب کا نام ہی نہیں یاد آ رہا. پتہ یہ بھی عربی میرے ٹیچر کی کتاب ہے. کتاب کا نام کیا؟ عربین ایٹریبیوٹس جو ہے نا, وہ آپ کہیں پہ بھی پڑھ لیں, اور بھی بڑے لوگوں نے لکھی ہوگی. بیسک ہسٹری کی کتاب ہے کہ عرب پہ ہی قرآن کیوں آیا, اس کی بھی سائنس سمجھا دی. علامہ اقبال نے بھی نا اس کے بارے میں ایک کوئی زبردست تحریر کی ہوئی ہے. بہرحال وہ کافی کنڈرسینڈنگ ہو جائے گی فار دا ساؤتھ ایشین مسلمس, اس لیے میں علامہ اقبال کی تو میں وہ تفصیل میں نہیں جاتا. مگر بزدلوں کی کتاب نہیں ہے. اپنی بزدلی کو حکمت کے لبادے میں اوڑھنے کے لیے قرآن نہیں ہے. وہ انٹرنلائز نہیں ہو سکتا. انٹرنلائز کرنا ہے تو 2 چینلز لگے ہوئے. ایک ہمت کا چینل, ہمت یاد رکھیے گا, اگر ہمت ہی نہیں ہے تو پھر تو نہیں. اور دوسرا وہ ڈیمانڈ کی لسٹ ہے, وہ سمجھنے کے لیے فراست چاہیے. بس یہ 2 ہی ہیں. تیسرا کیا ایٹریبیوٹ ہے جو قرآن ہے وہ آپ کو انٹرنلائز کرے گا؟ ہر دوسری آیت امپلیمنٹیشن کی, امر کے سیکھے میں امپلیمنٹ کے لیے کہہ رہے ہو, اٹھو چلو کرو. یا ایھا الذین آمنوا آمنوا. سوچیں تو صحیح کہ ایسے نہیں ہوگا, ایسے نہیں ہوگا. انم, آپ کو آواز آ رہی ہے میری؟
جی جی.
ایسے نہیں ہوگا کہ آپ یہ سوچیں کہ علی بن ابی طالب اور میرے پاس انفارمیشن فلو میں اتنا فرق پڑ گیا, ہم پوری دنیا کی سائنس سمجھ رہے ہیں اور ہم انٹرنلائز نہیں کر سک رہے. انہوں نے انٹرنلائز کیسے کیا؟ عمر بن خطاب اتنا بڑا ٹرانزٹ لٹرلی, اور پھر اینڈ دین ناٹ اونلی دیٹ ہی ٹرانزٹڈ, ہی ٹوک اوور دی پلانٹ. یا کیسے کیا تھا؟ سوچیں تو صحیح. سو آپ انٹرنلائز کا کیا مطلب لے رہی ہیں؟
سر انٹرنلائز کا میننگ جو میں لے رہی تھی وہ یہی تھا کہ there's this huge gap between actually reading it and then implementing it. We are not able to implement it, and that's the problem here. Or we take out of context all these and like twist it around and use it for our own benefits.
یہی تو میں نے آپ سے کہا ہے نا. پھر یا ایھا الذین آمنوا آمنوا پڑھیے نا آیت. اللہ تعالیٰ نے کہا ہے ایمان والو, کہتے ہو ایمان والو, ایمان لے کے آؤ. یا ایھا الذین آمنوا آمنوا. سو یہی ہے, قرآن پاک کو انٹرنلائز کرو نا. یا ایھا الذین آمنوا, قرآن کے ماننے والے ہو, آمنوا. یہ پر کام کرنا پڑے گا, ایسے تو نہیں ہوگا. ان سے کہو, اللہ تعالیٰ نے کہا ان سے کہو اسلام لے کے آئے ہیں, ایمان نہیں لے کے آئے. قرآن کی آیت سنا رہا ہوں آپ کو. اے محمد ان سے کہیں نا کہ تو اسلام لے کے آئے, ایمان تو نہیں لے کے آئے.
So do you think unconscious bias plays any kind of pivotal role in our lag of implementation? When I say unconscious bias, I mean
of course.
our environment. Okay.
Yeah, not just that. No, not just unconscious bias, but yeah, it is one of them. Yeah, but not just that. But yeah, it is a prime channel of creating. Because unconscious bias begets many other biases. Na? मैं देखूंगा उन अंकल्स को, उन मौलवियों को जिन्होंने इस्लाम इम्प्लीमेंट नहीं करना, ठीक है, और मैं मानूंगा उनको स्कॉलर, उलमाए हक मानूंगा उनको, इम्प्लीमेंट के लिए उन्होंने कुछ नहीं करना. आपने नोटिस नहीं किया जब भी मैं इम्प्लीमेंटेशन की बात करता हूँ, इंडियन मुस्लिम्स का क्या होगा, इंडियन मुस्लिम्स का क्या होगा, मौलवी साहब शुरू रहते हैं, इंडियन मुस्लिम्स क्या करें, तस्किया ना करें, वो क्या सिस्टम लेके आए. आप इंडियन मुस्लिम है, कराची में बैठे हुए, बेशरम, बताए ना कि आप तो मेजोरिटी में, आपने क्यों नहीं इंप्लीमेंट किया ये सिस्टम. क्योंकि वो आर्मी वाले पकड़ के ले जाएंगे सर. ऐसी बात नहीं करते हम. क्यों मुसलमान नहीं आर्मी वाले, उनको नहीं कन्विंस करते आप. इंटेलेक्चुअल वॉरफेयर क्यों नहीं किया आपने. वो गोरे को क्यों कूल समझ रहा है, आपको क्यों अनकूल समझ रहा है, आपको क्यों रिपल्सिव समझता है. मसला पता क्या है, आप उसको क्यों अल्टीमेट ताकत समझते हैं. खमीनी ने तो नहीं समझी, कर दिया ना उसने. तालिबान, तज़किया नफ्स करवा लो तालिबान से भी, बड़े अच्छे थे, गारों में तज़किया नफ्स कर लेते. लड़ाई करनी पड़ती है. उनको भी चाहिए था. हदीस सुना रहे मौलवी साहब कि नबी इस्लाम ने कहा है कि, और आधी हदीस सुना रहे कि तुम पे अगर निकट आपसी भी हुक्मरान बना दिया जाए तो तुम्हें उसके खिलाफ बगावत नहीं करनी. ये तो हदीस नहीं है. हदीस यह है कि अगर निकट आपसी हुक्मरान बना दिया जाए और वो तुम्हें अल्लाह और उसके रसूल के रास्ते पे लेके चल रहा हो, फिर बगावत नहीं करनी. वरना तो तालिबान को गनी खान साहब की इताअत करनी चाहिए थी. वो भी तो देवबंदी हैं. उन्होंने गनी खान की इताअत क्यों नहीं की. उनको नहीं हदीस पहुंची आप वाली. हिम्मत चाहिए होती है ना, ऐसे नहीं काम होने वाला. कुरान इंटरनलाइज करना है. करेज, फिरासा, डिमांड पूरी समझे कुरान की क्या है. फिरासा से आपको भी बता रहा हूँ, प्री कैसे कहते हैं, बिफोर द प्री बर्थ ऑफ फिरासा, पहले ही बताता हूँ आपको कि पहली डिमांड करेज की है. जब आप लिस्ट निकालेंगे तो पता चलेगा. ये तो बा हिम्मत बंदे की किताब है. ये कॉन्सेप्ट क्लियर हो, फिरासा उसको कह रहा हूँ. तो तवक्कल क्लियर करना सबसे बड़ी फिरासा. अगर कोई कहना फिरासा क्या है, कहते ना तवक्कल क्लियर कर ले बस, तुझे और किसी और चीज की फिरासा की जरूरत नहीं. तेरा तवक्कल क्लियर हो गया, उसके बाद दुनिया तेरे पैरों के नीचे. फिर तू सिस्टम इंप्लीमेंट करेगा. तू है जिसके थ्रू सिस्टम इंप्लीमेंटेशन होगी. बस इतनी सी बात है.
Thank you.
Thank you, Anam, and thank you everyone for your patience. I will be talking to you guys inshallah tomorrow or the day after, and this is going to be for overseas Muslims. It's going to be an English broadcast inshallah. Urdu ke liye we will be doing daily evening programs, not late night. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh.